Right now, hardware companies are asking you to pay $700 for a gaming console that doesn't even have a disk drive. At the exact same time, sophisticated hackers are quietly reading through corporate Gmail accounts without ever needing a password. There used to be a clear social contract with our technology. You bought a game on a physical cartridge and you owned it forever. You secured your digital life with a single, strong password, and that locked the front door. Today, that contract has been rewritten. We are paying the highest prices in the history of consumer technology, but we possess less actual ownership and functional oversight than we did 20 years ago. The death of the disk and the bypass of the password are both symptoms of the same pressure. As hardware gets more expensive to build, companies are clawing back control over how you access their products. This chart shows global semiconductor manufacturing capacity since the AI boom began. That massive surge at the top is the reallocation of silicon for artificial intelligence. Down at the bottom is the shrinking, increasingly expensive sliver left over for gaming. It is why the Xbox Series S now costs $499, and the PS5 Pro launched at $700. On top of those hardware constraints, this overlay shows the secondary economic pressure. Development costs for major games have rocketed past the break-even point, routinely hitting $150 to $200 million. The math simply does not work for single-platform releases anymore. That is why Microsoft had to move away from traditional exclusivity, pushing former PC and Xbox titles like Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine onto competing platforms like the PlayStation 5 and the Nintendo Switch 2. To protect these massive investments, Sony and Microsoft are moving toward a digital-only ecosystem by 2028. This move eliminates the second-hand market and ensures that the platforms maintain absolute control over the price of every transaction. You are no longer buying a physical product. You are purchasing a temporary, revocable license. It represents a shift in power, where the consumer no longer holds the physical key to their own library. Amidst this rush to digital, Nintendo is standing alone. With their upcoming Switch 2, they plan to remain fully committed to physical media. By sticking to cartridges, Nintendo is capturing a market of collectors, parents, and preservationists who demand the ability to share, resell, and store games offline. While Sony and Microsoft move toward a service-based model, Nintendo is turning basic physical ownership into a highly valued premium feature. This move away from user visibility extends straight into our most private data. Security researchers recently uncovered a threat from a group known as Toddycat. They deployed malware called Umbrij, specifically targeting corporate Google accounts. Umbrij exploits a security protocol called OAuth. OAuth was designed to be more seamless by letting third-party apps access your account using a digital token instead of your actual password. The malware simply steals these tokens. This allows hackers to bypass the password prompt entirely and maintain persistent access to your inbox. Even if you change your password, they are still inside because they hold the token. This vulnerability has already compromised high-level targets. Hackers recently used similar methods to access the sensitive intelligence sharing systems of the Department of Homeland Security. Just like digital-only gaming, token-based security removes the user from the loop. We have traded the visibility of a password for a seamless system where we can no longer see who is actually holding the key to our data. Across every sector we've looked at, the line between owning a tool and subscribing to a service has essentially disappeared. The trade-off for a seamless digital life is a loss of visibility. Decisions about your access, your library, and the security of your data are now being made by platforms that can change the rules without your consent. For gamers, the way to push back is to prioritize physical ownership. Support the platforms that still offer offline media, and resist hardware upgrades that strip away your ability to own what you buy. For everyone online, security requires manual oversight. Audit your Google account permissions regularly to revoke third-party tokens and move your most sensitive logins to physical hardware security keys. In an era where both tech giants and hackers operate by bypassing your authority, active vigilance is the only way to maintain your digital autonomy.